What does the FBI know where these drones are from? And going forward, are we going to give local and state law enforcement the tools they need to be able to monitor, right? Because let's assume that drone activity will continue as it has, and say there'll be more drones here and around the country. Local law enforcement right now doesn't have all the tools they need to both identify the drones and then, if they need to take them out of the air. There does not appear to be any threat, imminent threat, to public safety or to our national security. But I do think everybody has a right to know.
Well, as soon as anybody has any information, then they'll tell us. We know how to defeat these drones. There was a documentary that came out in 1996.
Hello, boys! I'm back!
Unknown drones have been seen all across the skies of New Jersey, originally dismissed as just social media speculation, but were definitely unlike anything we've ever seen before, which wasn't too concerning until they saw an invasion of drones from the ocean.
One of their officers called 911 after seeing 50 of them come off the ocean.
Advised after we made contact with that officer that there were 50 that came off the ocean.
50?
50. That was my reaction also. There were 50 that were coming off the ocean.
And this is a sworn officer?
A sworn officer, yeah.
Being in the aviation community, I've been watching the drone space for years now. I'm going to show you a video right now, which if you haven't seen, you will at least understand why these drone sightings are concerning.
So this is one of the craziest drone videos I've ever seen in my life. You can see there's guys paddling in a boat down on this river. I don't know if that's like the Dnipro River or where, but like this drone's flying overhead, drops ordnance from that high up directly on top of them. Like, imagine how much practice this guy has to be able to just drop it right into a little boat, like a little dinghy. Drops directly on top of these guys. And, you know, now it looks like one of them was left in the water. I don't know if both of them made it or not. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, and it looks like, you know, there was some flailing around. I mean, I don't think that these guys made it.
And even showing up at military bases.
Car-sized drones operating for hours in restricted airspace and able to elude local law enforcement when they send their own drones up to give chase.
Assuming it's not our military, why wouldn't the military base go after it? Why is local law enforcement doing that?
In New Jersey, the Army reporting the Picatinny Arsenal has had 11 unauthorized drone incursions in the last month.
Look what's back again, see?
That sounds normal, though. That could be from locals.
Spot as last night.
21 local mayors now demanding answers from the state.
The minute you get eyes on them, they go dark. This is something we're taking deadly seriously.
The entire month before that, it was nightly drone incursions over Langley Air Force Base.
At this time, we have no evidence that these activities are coming from a foreign entity or the work of an adversary. We're going to continue to monitor what is happening, but, you know, at no point were our installations threatened.
Wouldn't it be a process of elimination? If you've already checked internally and found that it's not our government, the other options would be a foreign adversary or hobbyist. Sounds like a lot of money for a hobbyist to be spending.
When this activity was occurring.
We've moved from there's nothing going on to there's something going on to we don't know what's going on.
Threatened when this activity was occurring.
And when people post videos of the drone-filled skies in New Jersey, it's actually unrelated time-lapse footage from Wisconsin. But even with these phony stories, we can't discount the actual drones people are seeing, as people all across Jersey are genuinely freaking out at all these large, unexplainable aircraft that they can't identify other than they're not the enemy. As some people are taking drastic measures that nobody should be doing and apparently popping off rounds at the aircraft, which is absolutely insane, as there's 0% chance they'd actually make contact other than with their local law enforcement over the felony they committed, recorded, and subsequently uploaded to the internet. Now, I'm not in any way trying to justify what he did, but the problem is, people on the ground are genuinely freaking out, as one drone had crashed at someone's home, and even though this turned out to be some random guy's personal drone, Another crash prompted a huge response to which they still didn't release much information on.
First responders have been here all morning, including Hillsborough Police, a lot of onlookers. I talked to one woman who says her concerns are growing, calling all the recent drone activity very bizarre. She says she heard the drone crash happened overnight here. So we've heard from the FBI, and the FBI says there's no reason to believe that these recent possible drone sightings pose a national security threat. Now, in terms of what we're getting from local officials, we're being told we're going to get an update this afternoon at some point, Bianca, in terms of what they've been looking at here. Back to you inside.
Which is especially concerning when the Daily Mail reported on the situation and how the drones have been known to change time around where they fly. As people have reported when they observed the unknown aircraft above them, the clock in their car had changed time, which they believe
It was 12:45. I saw a drone. I look back. It's 12:46. What is going on?
Change time, which they believe may be because newer cars update their clocks from satellites. And if these drones are using GPS jamming or spoofing, the car could follow their signal and match their clock to wherever the drone signal is coming from. And remember, if it wasn't for the massive amounts of people sharing corroborating stories on social media, authorities would still be telling you your clock changing is a wild tinfoil hat theory, as what we learned from 2019 is the only difference between a conspiracy and a widely known fact is about a year.
He said it! He said it! There it is! There it is!
As the DHS says, don't worry about it.
President-elect Donald Trump, he just called on the Biden administration for you guys to either release any information it has about these mysterious drone sightings or shoot the drones out of the sky. How do you respond to the president-elect?
The principal message that I want to communicate to the American public: we haven't seen anything unusual. We know of no threat.
And the DOD reports they don't know enough about it.
Do you know and you can't say? Can you tell me that?
No, I'm telling you, Martha, I'm telling you, we don't
You don't know.
We
let me ask you this.
corroborate every single sighting. Some of them we have, not all of them, and we're working hard to do that. We know people are afraid of it. We know people have concerns. We have those same concerns.
The Department of Defense has the same concerns as us. It's a vote of confidence.
As even Republican senators are calling out the authorities.
You can't tell me that we don't know what that is. I just think they're not being honest with us. I think that if we don't know, if our government really has no idea, then they're even more incompetent than I thought.
And New Jersey congressmen are straight saying, this is the work of Iran.
We know they're not backyard drones that some hobbyist is using because they're much more sophisticated than that. We know that they're not a commercial company within the United States because we don't even have this level of sophistication yet. We are a full decade behind where China is with drones. The government claims it's not them. They say it's not them. So who is it? Well, I had credible individuals who have high security ratings. They believe there's a real possibility it could be Iran, that there could be a ship out, not right on the coast of New Jersey, not right there, but these drones, as cited by the Coast Guard, are coming in and out of the ocean. They're going to the ocean. They're not pontoons. They're not landing on the water. They're landing on something. We're not being told the truth. They are dealing with the American public like we're stupid.
Now, our Little Caesars specialist, who is a trusted source on Twitter, says Iran's known drone motherships aren't even near us. But at least to me, it doesn't mean they don't have something we don't know about. As I've always questioned the competence of our own agencies, and now that even elected officials are publicly doing the same, I take no comfort in what they're reporting our enemies are doing. As the Department of Defense apparently just put out this statement, which may just be a direct quote from our Commander-in-Chief. In the case that this was Iran, Russia, or China flying these devices over our bases, I somehow doubt Biden would be rushing to knock them down. As recently in 2023, they were free to fly their spy balloon right through our country. And at the end of Biden's administration, why wouldn't they be testing their latest drone technology? That seems suspiciously similar to whatever was seen over New Jersey. And combine that with how this wouldn't be the first time the Chinese have flown drones over our military bases.
A Chinese national living in Brentwood was arrested at San Francisco International Airport, accused of flying a drone over Vandenberg Space Force Base.
Now, this isn't to say I think China is sending hundreds of drones into our airspace, as if they were doing it to cause mass hysteria, they'd probably deploy them to look more like this. And if they were trying to spy on us, I'd imagine they'd be much harder to spot, like these bird drones. The reality behind what I actually think is behind this is alarming, as I had to wait until deep into this video to show you the footage that they definitely don't want getting out there, as these drones are likely originating from none other than the North Pole. So don't try to take down St. Nick's delivery drones, or you'll end up like this guy.
At some point today, did a drone fly over your house and you shoot at it? I'm gonna be real blunt with you and ask.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, why'd you shoot at it?
Because I thought it was somebody and turn around playing games on my house.
Where have I seen this scenario play out?
Hey, yo! What's up? Whoa, whoa!
What'd you shoot at it with?
9mm.
Okay. Alright,
How much trouble am I in?
Quite a bit. You've been honest with me, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm really just, for you being honest, you really just took me off guard. I'm not
What am I gonna do? I'm gonna lie?
True.
Just let me know if it's too tight, all right?
Yeah. I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe.
Oh my God.
Here's another one. He's going, oh, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Don't ask me the question. Please.